100 quotes, huh? You weren't kidding about a deep dive. This is like digital transformation straight from the source.
It's not just the number, though. It's, like you said, going straight to the source.
Yeah.
CEOs, experts, even a prime minister. That's a lot of voices.
It really is. But everyone says digital transformation these days. It's like, what does it even mean? Was there something different about these quotes?
See, that's the thing. It's more than just buzz. A lot of these quotes, they get real about why this isn't just another tech trend.
Okay, so less about the new, shiny tech and more about what?
Survival, really. Pierre Nanterme, who's the CEO of Accenture, he said, digital is the main reason just over half of the companies on the Fortune 500 have disappeared since the year 2000. That's huge.
That makes you think about, like, history. Was there ever a time where not changing meant, you were finished?
Well, we still talk about the printing press.
Right.
Right. And not just because it was new tech, but because it changed everything. How we share information, how we learn, even like power structures.
So is this our printing press moment?
It really is. But, and this is where it gets interesting, a lot of these quotes say it's not just about the tech, it's about people.
Right, like John Marconte from Vanguard, he said, digital transformation is more about people than digital. But isn't that a contradiction? Because John Chambers, who was the CEO of Cisco, said, every company is a technology company. If your company thinks it isn't, you will not last long. So which is it?
But that's the thing about digital transformation. It's not that simple. Look, Chambers has a point. Every company, they have to get the tech now. Yeah. But just using tech isn't the same as transforming anything. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a broken leg.
So you need both.
You got it. You need the human side, the strategy, and you can't forget the customer.
The customer. That comes up a lot in these quotes. What's the connection there?
Think about it. The digital world. It's given customers all the power. More info, more choices, way higher expectations. Ignore that, and you're in trouble.
Like Simon Mainwaring said, the ultimate measure of digital transformation success is how it enhances the customer experience.
Exactly. And that's where the tech becomes truly powerful, when it creates a better experience for the customer. That's what makes companies stand out.
So it's not about the tech itself, it's about the people using it, inside and outside the company, and their goals. But there's another big thing here, this whole journey idea.
Ah, yeah. Digital transformation never really ends, does it? It's not like you reach the finish line and boom, you're done.
And we've got plenty of reminders about that. Michael Gale, he says, digital transformation is a journey, not a destination. Then there's Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft. Digital transformation is an ongoing process, not a destination.
It shows how important this idea is, right? The digital world never stops changing. What works today might be old news tomorrow. You have to keep adapting.
So it's less about finding the answer and more about, knowing how to adapt. How do you even build that into a company?
That's where it gets really interesting. It's about building a culture that's ready for anything. Like, change isn't scary. It's a chance to do something new.
That's easier said than done, though, right? I mean, change can be tough.
Yeah, definitely. That's where leadership comes in. You need someone who gets it, who can handle the ups and downs of this whole digital thing, and they got to bring their team with them.
We saw a lot about leadership in these quotes. Anything about how they actually, do it?
Culture's huge. It's not just about throwing money at the latest tech. You got to change how the whole company thinks. Tony Saldana, he was a VP at P&G, said the biggest part of our digital transformation is changing the way we think.
So you got to make it exciting. Like, people should want to experiment, even if they, break some stuff along the way.
Exactly. Taking risks is how you innovate. But you need leadership to back that up, clear communication, all that.
Because even a great idea won't work if no one's on board, right?
100%. The best digital strategy in the world means nothing if your team's not with you.
Reminds me of that saying, culture eats strategy for breakfast. Seems like digital transformation is more about people than, lines of code.
Totally. But let's not forget about data.
Right, data. The fuel for the digital engine or whatever.
Exactly. But it's not just about having it. It's what you do with it. Carly Fiorina, she was CEO of HP, she said, digital transformation is about turning data into information and information into insights. That's where the magic happens.
So you're not just drowning in data, you're actually, using it to figure things out.
Exactly. But to do that, you need a data-driven culture, the right tools, obviously, but also people who can ask the right questions. You got to be able to understand what the data is telling you.
So like data literacy is important.
Absolutely. And that all ties into this idea of continuous learning. Things change so fast, you got to be willing to adapt, to pick up new skills, new ways of thinking.
This has been really interesting. It's like digital transformation touches everything. How we work, how we live, even how we think.
And it's a lot to process, isn't it?
For sure. But it's exciting too, right? If we do this right, think of the potential.
Exactly. This isn't about reacting, it's about creating the future.
It's like we're in uncharted territory, you know? Digitally speaking, at least. So much potential, but also, like, easy to get lost.
That's why I like these quotes. They don't just tell you what digital transformation is, but how to do it and why it matters. These are the same questions everyone's asking.
Speaking of questions, we've talked about a lot. People, culture, data, leadership. Anything else standing out to you from these quotes?
We talked about being agile, but it's deeper than that, you know? It's got to be how you think. You have to be okay with learning new things all the time. The digital world never sits still.
So, like, you almost have to unlearn the old ways of doing things, that we've always done it this way thing. Experiment more. Try new things, even if they don't work out.
Right. You can't be afraid to fail. Failing is part of figuring things out.
Yeah.
But that's hard for companies that are used to, I don't know, things being predictable.
It's like going from a know-it-all culture to a learn-it-all culture, which takes humility, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You got to be open to new ideas no matter where they come from. Because the best idea, the next big thing, it could be anywhere. A small company, a competitor, even your own team.
This deep dive has been, wow, really eye-opening. We just scratched the surface, but it makes you think. Digital transformation is definitely not a one-and-done thing.
It's a journey everyone's on, whether they know it or not.
So true. And if you're listening and you're like, okay, I'm ready for more, Tatonsy Consulting, where all these quotes came from, they seem like the real deal.
Definitely. They're right there in the thick of it, that's for sure.
So as we wrap this up, what's the one thing you help people take away from all this?
In this whole digital transformation thing, the best thing you can have is your ability to learn, adapt, to think in new ways. That's what will make you stand out in your work and in life.
That's a great point. So until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and the future is waiting.